Hello everybody, it's Eric Freeze, and today we're having a look at this. I think it's a 4.5K Climatrol. Well, actually, no, it's a 6K Climatrol window air conditioner, but made by Fetters. I think this unit dates to like 1970. It's pretty old. Since Carson XJ01 filmed a video of his. His is an 8K counterpart to this. I'll film mine. I never got a front grill with this, so, but I can only imagine it looks pretty much identical to his, and someone else in the air conditioner group also has one of these. Before my ownership, this unit took a tumble out of a window, and the compressor mounts on it are all screwed up, so I want to go in here. Actually, I have a torch here, if I can even remember how this thing works. And we'll just kind of shine it in there. I think this is a Matsushita compressor, but you can just see how it just kind of slanted forward. So it's pretty rough. So we're going to pull the case off of it and see pretty much what's going on with this unit and see if we can figure out what's happening with these compressor mounts. So this unit was... I have Technological Heritage joining me tonight.
Hello, folks.
And he was making a remark that the compressor on this unit was in similar condition. Oh, I never even got like a little hand ring thing to put these screws in. Just look around for some random object. If there is any random object that would work. I guess so. I could see him slipping out of that. Oh, we use a blade spinner nut for a oscillating fan.
Oh, there you go.
I guess that will work. But this is similar in condition to my 1962 General Electric low thin line. And it was flipped upside down since compressor mounts on those are a bit different. And
yeah, I was coming back from my nightly trash pickup runs looking around for discarded small appliances. I was on my way home actually, and going up the hill, and then suddenly I crossed the hill and there's that thing just staring me in the face. I'm like, what in the world? It's like, this must be old. And yeah. So
I do like how fairly simple these little Fetters units are to like take apart and service. I've done my fair share of these. All of them use the same type of, all of them use the same size bolt, and then I just dropped it. That's delightful. It's not a video about a freak show.
never is.
If I can even find a damn thing. Found a smashed up fuse. That's fancy.
That's real helpful.
Where did I put the
Find
bin? No, I found the smashed fuse. Is that? No, that's like something else in the screw. Just getting sidetracked with other hardware that's on the ground for some reason.
Pause the camera and search for it.
Well, I think I just found it.
Oh, there you go.
Well, no, it's a Phillips, but hey, I mean, it might work. You can. We'll figure this out later during the reassembly process, and it'll be during the reassembly process when I just so happen to glance down and I notice that I have found the screw. I'm not sure on this unit if the back grill is going to have to come off or not. I think it should be fine without it. Yeah. The case just lifts right off. Somehow a bit of the insulation is still there. Yeah, that compressor is shot. Whoever had this unit before, it looked like they tried to fix the compressor mount a little bit. It's a Magnatech motor, which I believe that was a division of General Electric. This unit's fairly clean on the inside portion, I'll say that.
Yeah, base panel looks pretty good.
Has a lot of surface
From
rust,
initial-
except for back here, but I think it's supposed to have that little cutout for draining. This
Yeah.
unit does drip water pretty bad. Is that a Magnatech motor? Doesn't say. Thermally protected.
Oh, it's the
1.27.
actual compressor base that's bent. It's
Man,
not the
this-
mounts.
This must
It's
have
the,
took
uh,
one serious tumble.
Yeah, yeah.
This looks like a Rotorex, actually.
Angle the camera down. It's all bent.
It's like someone
Yeah,
fixed
that-
it with
yeah.
washers and stuff.
Yeah, that definitely.
That
hurt a
right
little.
here.
Jeez.
Looks like it could. I have to put some like foam or something along here because that looks like it would just rattle. This unit rattles really bad when it runs. I wonder if that's one of the things. It's looking for like a capillary tube or something that would be a cause of it. This unit,
kind of runs back into here. Okay.
yeah, this unit might actually be a good contender for a full, like, rebuild, like tear apart and rebuild type thing, because there's just all this detritus and stuff inside of the base pan. Is that a... I have to see if this is a Rotorex. I think it is. It doesn't look like a massive sheet of the stickers on this side. I think that's a Rotorex. I'm just gonna kind of bend it without... Urgh. That's a Rotorex, I think. Is it?
Let me show my light in there.
It's made in USA, so I'm gonna guess it's a Rotorex. It has that same like appearance to the top of it as a Rotorex does. So I guess that brings my total of units of Rotorex compressors up a bit higher. Geez, it's getting kind of toasty in here. Might fire up the Montgomery Ward. See, upstairs is pretty cool because it's a bit warm here from all the dehumidifiers. Well, might fire this up first, I think, before we do any of that. And get some runs. Something else I noticed about this compared to my air temp, the fan baffle shroud on this is made out of metal. As on the air temp, it's all plastoid. And also, the coil cuts off here instead of about here. So the coil on this one's a bit thicker than the other one. Now, I am aware on some of these really old Climatrols, this whole row of vents here doesn't exist, and it's just 2 rows, and then kind of a gap here, and the Climatrol logo is like there. So I have seen that before on these. Also, the fan shroud looks a bit smaller. This unit's really clean. It's in remarkably okay condition. I did my best to get the compressor bent back into position. It doesn't look nearly as good as it... I mean, it doesn't look nearly as atrocious as it did before. But I'm going to probably try to bend it back a little ways a bit more, and so on and so forth. I'm also going to look for some foam or something to put here to help kind of relieve what's going on right there. It's just, oh, is that like a piece of glass in here?
That looks like a chunk that's just totally rotten out. I don't even. That was even factory. Well, maybe. It
No,
was.
like there's something. Oh no, that could be metal. You see the whole bottom of the coil just all corroded.
Yeah, that's a piece of glass.
Yeah.
Is that a? Yeah, that's part of a mirror. Okay then.
I don't even know where the even says what the branding is on the motor. I know it has like vents along the bottom. Like there's one vent right there. It looked kind of like, I was thinking Magnatech because of kind of how the motor shell was. Oh wait, it's a RMR.
RMR, yeah. Just about see it. RMR, yeah.
I've never seen one of their motors before in like
There we go. It's
like refrigeration components. That's kind of surprising. I guess it makes sense because RMR motors were pretty common during the 70s when this unit was manufactured. Plastic fan blades, surprisingly enough, with the infamous slinger ring.
These feel like they're made out of polypropylene, I think. On the modern units, I think they're just all made out of ABS. It's all brittle and I feel like they're gonna shatter.
That's kind of how it feels like the blower, like the squirrel cage blowers on his Frigidairs, the blue ones.
Oh gosh. think those might even be glass fiber reinforced.
I have never seen an RMR fan motor before in an air conditioner, and it has the infamous slime. Well, actually, no, that's like the, well, I keep forgetting where the bin is gone. The bin's over here for some reason. Jeez. Well, plug it in, fire it up, and do some testing. Well, the unit is armed. We'll fire it up. I'm going to probably work on bending this compressor, because it still needs to go over that way a bit more. We'll see if we can get a fan start up on it. If this even has one. That's the thermostat knob. This should be high and low. This thing, the fan on it's somewhat quiet. The air conditioner itself, it's loud. This thing has a really quiet condenser fan.
Yeah, a little bit of choppy noise from the now the fan baffle just kind of ends almost like a tornado siren. Choppy.
Yeah, or a hair dryer. And a vacuum cleaner and all these other propeller things.
Good airflow out of the condenser.
The person that had this unit previous of me spoke very highly of it. They also kept it clean. And the reasoning that they got rid of it was because of the unit taking a fall. Now, should be able to kick on the compressor. Oh, that's one of the causes of vibration, is this piece right here. I do know on my air temp I removed this baffle because it rattled so much, it was annoying.
Yeah, it's just all the metal sheeting. Here's your other buzz. The air
filter. And the whole back grill on the case I feel like is very loose too. This I'm just kind of worried about it rubbing through here.
Got pretty decent clearance under there. It might be better not to put foam so it doesn't run off the case.
Yeah, maybe I'll like try to see if I can bend the line up a little bit so it doesn't sit very flush. Probably better leave it as is, but I don't know. I just don't really feel. Coils have held up pretty good.
Yeah, that really isn't that bad. My 2018 higher, it has parts that hasn't rusted through because the sheet metal's thin.
I thought the Harrier was actually a bit better than this.
Certain aspects, I would say so.
Very smooth. Another case of a nice running Rotorex compressor. I will say it is a bit loud, but
getting cold.
The loudness is not coming from the compressor. How's the air coming out? Don't feel much heat. This unit takes a good bit of time to build head pressure because once again it is a rotary, and the rotaries take a bit of time. They're not instant like a recip.
Yeah, that's the most surprising thing about my higher.
There's some units with rotaries that just get cold instantly. I feel like with the rotary compressors, it all comes down to how long they've been used. If they're low hours, they'll fire up instantly. I mean, start circulating instantly. But if they're low hours or
high hours,
yes, high hours, it's like 11 something at night. So I have
of late night filming.
Yes, everything is just all slurred. Another thing I think could also be the rattling could be this baffle, since there's nothing holding it in place, and with the case on it, this would rub directly against that. There's no film padding or anything along top of that to keep it from vibrating.
It's getting warm. Return line is cold.
I had this unit lended out for about 2 weeks earlier this summer for someone while I was getting their window unit worked on. I thought I grabbed the air temp, and I didn't realize until I got over to their house that I grabbed the Climatrol. But I had it installed and running, and it was doing just fine. So it got the room frigid. The person that had it installed really liked it, besides all the noise. It's hard to tell, but it sounds like it has a bit of compressor noise.
Very slight, I would say, yeah.
Compressor has a bit more of like a angry, chattery sound to it. It's all nice, cold, and sweaty though on the return now, so that's good.
Yeah, it's that filter that's going all rattle-matic.
Find it a bit strange how the vent here has like this baffle on it.
I just noticed another thing, the motor mounts to a piece of plastic. It looks like that's mounted to...
Oh, that's probably there. Designed like that to help keep the vibrations down. Well,
never mind, that's a piece
no,
of
that's
stainless steel.
sheet metal.
That's just the plating on it's a bit oxidized. It looks like a gray plastic.
I'd be honest, that's not a bad idea, mounting the motor to a piece of plastoid and then mounting it to the sheet metal, or at least using like mounting it like through the sheet metal using like washers and stuff to help quiet it down. Now with the modern China Pride units, everything, the motor just mounts to plastic, and then you get polystyrene that separates the inside from the outside. No wonder the things take like 30 minutes to cool down the room.
Definitely see where the unit got bashed in.
Oh yeah.
There.
The whole case on the outside of the unit, it just kind of like has like a slant to it. It's not square anymore. Now, there's another family member I'm aware of, and they have a Gibson air sweep. It comes to AE, and that thing took a fall out of a second story window, and it still works somehow.
There's a little spider on the glasses.
Man, the joys of being in the great outdoors.
Well, I'm probably gonna head on out.
Sure thing. Looks like this motor is permanently lubricated. So 1 horsepower, which is kind of surprising. .2 amps, 115 volts, of course. Type G. It doesn't exactly say what class motor it is. Also have another sticker here that's just covered up with grease, making it impossible to read. The unit's probably been running for about 5 minutes or so. I might just remove this piece here, and it'll also give me a extra screw to use in place of that. Should hopefully help with that issue. Not to mention it's very dirty. Oops. I think with this unit I'm going to do a full strip down and rebuild. I'm going to separate the refrigeration system and everything off of this unit. I'm going to repaint the base pan, repaint the case. Probably continue using like the nice tan that this was originally. And I'm going to try to find a switch for it. Like the same style of switch that's on one of these, since the only Fetters control panel the only Fetters grill I have is set up that way. don't know where that grill is right now. Yeah, here's the Edder Fetters grill, and it's just off, high fan, and then super cool, normal cool, and quiet cool, and then low fan. This doesn't have a medium speed, so I'll probably just take like a switch or something out of like a modern Frigidaire. If I even have one of those. I think I might, but use that in place of this. The knobs on this also stick out a bit too far, so it doesn't really quite work with that grill, but I think it's because the grill doesn't sit in here quite right. There's supposed to be little clips here that just kind of poke, that kind of like snap into here. Does this unit have it? No, it doesn't, because this is the newer unit, style unit, and it has the grill that kind of like slots on. I don't think I have any more Fetters out here, but they have like little clips that the grill just kind of slots into. This unit's missing those. But definitely a lot of loose things that I have to fix up on this unit. Probably won't be messing with this one for several years, but eventually in the future I'll work on it. Something I do like with these Fetters is that they have lots of airflow out the condenser. I do remember the Jordan U saying on one of his units, some of his larger kitchen units, that they just blast air out the back, but I'd say it's the same with these. As long as you keep the coil on them clean. The person that had this unit prior to me took very good care of this and cleaned it each year by taking it apart and things. From my knowledge, when he found it, this was a curbed unit. I never had the grill, and it had a crappy foam filter in it that was just starting to like fall apart and stuff. So this was a filter I was going to sell with a different unit. It was like a 5K Fetters Digitile unit. I have a video of that on my YouTube channel, if not a couple. And I think that was something I had last year, maybe the year before, 2 summers ago. So it wouldn't be last year, it'd be the year prior to that. I guess we'll shut this off, but it has 2 fan speed settings. It's low and high. Pretty much the fan speed setup on this is just like a Panasonic, where it's off, low, high fan, low, high cool. This unit doesn't have, well, I was about to say it doesn't have much of a refrigerant sound, but you can hear it now.